It's Friday, y'all, and I'm ready to get my Friday laugh on. Yes, isn't it a wonderful day? Yeah, at least I hope it's a wonderful day every Friday. Don't we all? Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And on this wonderful Friday, we are going to get into somebody else that I have not gotten to before, you know? I tried to do this one time with, I think it was Billy Connolly, and then then I got blocked. And I think I did it again with Mickey Flanagan, and we seem to be going pretty good so far with that one. So yes, we're going to get into another newbie today, and this one is going to be someone by the name of Dave Allen today. Okay. Well, I've never heard of this guy before, and if I have seen him in anything, I probably wouldn't know because that's usually the way my twisted ass brain works. But yeah, we're going to see what Dave Allen is talking about today. And this one is going to be titled, Teaching Your Kid Time. Okay. Well, you know, if I'm being honest, I don't think I even remembered how I learned how to tell time or what time was or anything like that. I don't even remember how it happened. Yeah, that's how long it's been. That's how old I am. But yeah, man, we're going to see what he's talking about. Now, I did a bit of talking about time. It was a George Carlin bit. It was a while ago. And, you know, George made a few, quite a few really good arguments about it and said some really interesting things. And I was pretty much taken by that. So maybe this might be something similar. Maybe it might be something a little different. But it does say teaching your kid time. George was just talking about time in general. But yeah, we'll see what he's going to go... We'll see what he's talking about with this one. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one. And this one was suggested to me by one of my very loyal subscribers. And I'm going to go ahead and shout this person out today. Binky Buns. What an awesome name, by the way. Thank you so much for suggesting this guy to me. Like I said, I've never heard of Dave Allen before. I don't know how much work he's done. I just know that I got your suggestion of this comedian to get to. And usually I like to just surprise someone when it comes to the newbies that I get to. So thank you very much, Binky Buns, for the suggestion. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. Like I said, Dave Allen with Teaching Your Kid Time. And if you like this reaction, please blow on the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here. All right? Please remember that, and thank you so much for keeping it going. So, yeah, man. Today was a little bit of a bittersweet day for me, you know, because it's my last day off before I get back to work tomorrow. But today was game 1 of the World Series. Still on as we speak right now, but gosh. Just thinking about what it would have been like if my Mariners would have made it, man. Ugh, man, we seem to be the only ones that gave Astros a run for their money, man. But who knows what's gonna happen for this one? I don't really care who wins at this point as long as it ain't the Astros. But yeah, there's only 2 teams left. Oh, shut up, Eddie. But yeah, man. We're here to get our laugh on for this wonderful Friday, and that's what we're doing. So no more wasting time. Let's do it. Dave Allen with Teaching Your Kid Time right here on Eddie B TV. Wonderful Friday. Stand up. Let's get to this one, and hopefully we're going to have a whale of a time and a bunch of laughs. Yeah, we better have some laughs, man. Oh, yeah, man. Ready for the laughs. Let's get situated with this one, and here we go.
So one of the most important things we as parents do is we teach our children about time. We teach them important things like reading the clock. You actually think that's important? I'm going to teach you to read the clock. Huh? I'm going to teach you to read the time. Why? Because it's important that you know the time. Why? Because how would you know when to get up to go to school? Mummy would make me. What if Mummy wasn't there? You'd wake me.
Yeah.
What if we both weren't there? Wouldn't go to school. How would you know when breakfast was? I'd be hungry. Shut up! Somebody came along to you and said, what time is it? And you didn't know, you'd feel stupid. Well, why doesn't he feel stupid? He doesn't know.
Exactly.
Let me go through this whole thing. I did it myself, my son. I'm going to teach you how to read the clock. This is a clock. It's not actually a clock. It is a clock, but it's not a clock. It's a watch. It's called a watch. It's a wristwatch because it's on my wrist. Yes, it's a wristwatch because it's on my wrist and I watch it. Yes, it's very good. Now, time is made up of zones, periods of time, all right? Mm-hmm. There's hours and minute, no, not hours. No, they're not hours. They're hours. They don't belong to us. It's a different spelling. H-O-U-R-S. Not Howards. It's silent. I don't know.
Oh my God, this is good.
Now, on every day, there are 24 hours. 24 of these hours. 12 in the day and 12 in the night. I know I said there are 24 hours in a day. 12 in the day, 12 in the night. But a day is made up of a day and a night.
Yeah.
What are you, stupid?
Yeah, we're young.
I couldn't very well say Monday night. Everybody knows when I say Monday, I'm talking about the 24 hours.
Yes.
Now shut up and listen. Now, on every clock or watch, there are 3 pointers. They're called hands, all right? They point to the hour, all right? You understand that? There's the hour hand. That's the first hand, the hour hand. Mm-hmm. The second hand is the minute hand, and the third hand is the second hand.
Oh, man.
Shut up! We'll do away. Forget about the third hand. Forget it. It's gone, all right? It's gone. Now we have 2 hands. On the face of the clock, there are 2 hands, all right? There's the hour hand, which is the fat hand, and there's the thin hand, which is the minute hand. So you have a fat hand and a thin hand, all right? Fat hand hours, thin hand minutes.
Okay.
Right. Now, up the top of the clock, you see the number up there, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is 12. It's not 3. It would be 3 if you joined them together. We already have a 3 here on the side by itself. We don't need 2 bloody 3s on a clock. So it's 12. All right? 1 and 2 is 12. So when the fat hand and the thin hand are pointing at the 1 and the 2, it is 12 o'clock. In the daytime! Because it would be dark and you wouldn't be able to see it! Now the thin hand starts to move away from the fat hand. It likes the fat hand. Yes, it likes the fat hand, but if it wants to tell the time, it has to go away from the fat hand. So it moves away from the fat hand, leaving the fat hand at the 1 and the 2, and then it comes over to the 1 here by itself. You see the 1 to the right of the 1 and the 2? Now, that 1 is 5.
Oh my God.
Because it is, it's 5. 2 is 10, 3 is 15, 4 is 20, 5 is 25, 6 is a half.
I'm laughing.
Because 12 is the whole, so 6 is the half.
Oh my God.
7 is 25 to or 35 past.
Damn, this is funny, man. Oh,
so now what's actually happening is the thin hand is moving around the clock from the 1 to the 2, which is the 5 and the 10. And while he's doing that, the fat hand is moving slowly away from the 1 and the 2. Yes, because fat hands move slowly, that's right. Fat things waddle away, yes, that's it. And now, by the time the fat hand has got around to the 1, which was the 5, when the minute hand was pointing at it, and the 1 has come back right up to the 1 and the 2, it is now what time? It is not 5 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock.
Oh my
because
God.
When the thin hand points at it, it's minutes. The fat hand points at it, it's an hour. Now you be a good boy and learn how to read the clock. And I'll buy you a digital watch.
Honestly. Oh shit. I think the ending of that just made it even more frustrating to the kid, whoever the... Damn. This was funny, man. It's like speaking specifically about reading a clock, but it's not talking about time like it was the George bit and all that. But that was fucking funny, man. Like, oh my God, how does that happen? I can only imagine how many different parents out there teach this in different ways to their kids, man. It is a lot of frustration around those ages, huh? All right, y'all. That was Dave Allen with Teaching Your Kid Time. Oh my good. You know what? Like I said, I don't remember exactly when I learned about time. I caught on to some things a little early. Time was one of them. I just didn't really think about it so much. In my young years, I didn't really look at digital clocks that much, because I was just really enamored. I was really in awe of the clock, believe it or not. I was kind of like just looking at it all the time, like, huh. And you know what? He said something funny in there when he was talking about the fat hand moves slow and the thin hand moves fast. That's actually a weird way of looking at it, which is kind of actually cool. But I don't know, man. Like the moment I started thinking about having to tell time, it was because I wanted to go out and play a lot and I needed to know what time to be in the house. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, well, be in the house at this time. I caught on to time pretty quickly, but the thing that was kind of confusing was the telling time for the daytime and the nighttime. That's where it kind of threw me off, because one thing that threw me off was in the wintertime, it got dark really quick. And in the summertime, it stayed light out for a while. You know what I mean? Sometimes it could be like 8, 9 o'clock and the sun would still be out a little bit. It was kind of strange. So I always used to wonder, it's just like, well, if it's in the summertime, do I follow the sun or do I follow the time? And it was just like this weird thing. My pops got frustrated with me a little bit, but he was still kind of amused by me in a very impatient way. But it's weird. I think teaching a kid anything is bound to be a challenge no matter what. I mean, there's professionals out there who could probably do it a lot quicker than your average Joe Schmo or Jane or whatever, but I think it's kind of cool how you learn things when you're young and then you grow up and then you figure out what it all means to you and all that. But like I said, I caught on to the math of it all very quickly. It was just like the weather, and I mean the weather meaning, oh man, that just sounded stupid as hell. Shut up, don't even judge me. But I'm just talking about like day and night, you know what I mean? I'll just put it that way. Kind of got crossed up a little bit there, but yeah, man, I think it's interesting learning about things like time, and you learn about eating, and then you learn about playing, and then you learn about, just all these things. You learn about bathing, and then you learn about, how to put on clothes, and it's just like so much stuff as a kid. But time was always an easy one when it came to just the time. But then I just always used to think, is my pops gonna get mad at me if I come in the house later than what he said, but it was still daylight? Or am I gonna get in trouble if I come in a little bit earlier, even though it's not the right time because he said later? It was always a very interesting time for me, because I was always very, very literal as a kid, and I like, because of who I was raised by. My pops was like an army dude, old school, and he just really didn't leave much margin for error in his house. If you messed up something, he had no problem telling you. If you messed up frequently, he'd whoop your ass. So I mean, like, learning something was fun and scary at the same time, because when you learned it, you felt happy that you know something new. And if you also learned it, you felt relieved because you didn't get your ass whooped by my pops for being stupid. It was just kind of crazy. But, to find out that there were kids my age who actually weren't good at reading the clock, I actually got to talk to them a little bit about it, and then they were still kind of confused, and then we spoke a stupid little kid language so that we all understood it. It was actually ended up being kind of cool. And there was also stuff that I didn't know about that other people knew, and then they schooled me a little bit. A lot of other kids made fun of me, but then again, man, I mean, like, is time reading the clock like really something you can make fun of a kid for? I mean, who's really thinking about that at a young age? I think you should know certain things. Like, every kid should know certain things up to a certain age. But then again, it's like, we don't know who's raising these kids, man. We could be being raised by wolves, man, or just straight up drug addicts and degenerates and whatever. But it's like, well, snaps. It's just like, I know how to add up all this weed and all this crack, but I don't know how to tell time. Well, yeah, that's a pretty, extreme example there. But this was funny, man. Like, the ending part of it was funny, just like I said, because, all right, you learn how to read this face clock right here, the clock face, and then I'm going to go buy me a digital watch. This is funny. But I think that as you get older, and it's kind of like a downfall of humanity in a way, but, it's like as you get older, you tend to disregard fundamental things. And some of those things, when you get older, are the things that actually can help you in short-term situations. And then you don't do them, and then they end up causing you like drama, and then you just get mad at the world when you should be getting mad at yourself. It's a trippy ass thing when you look back on how you learn things, when you learn things, who you learn them from. But reading the clock was always a fun one, just because I knew something that some other kids didn't know, and I linked with other kids who did know, and then it was just always a crazy thing to like try to test my pops on sometimes, because like I said, the day and the night thing was confusing, so sometimes I played dumb just so I could have extra time outside playing. But then he would just be like, you keep playing with me, boy. You keep playing with me, act like you don't know. This time I'm in a good mood and I don't feel like whooping your ass, but you keep playing with me. He would always talk to me like, I love the things that he said sometimes. He was like, you cruising for a bruising, boy. And there's things like that. And one of my other favorite things that he said was bewitching hour. He would always say that because he would always say, after 8 o'clock at night is bewitching hour, because I don't deal with no kids past 8 o'clock now. And he would always talk like that. So if you messed up past 8 o'clock, your ass got whooped like you wouldn't believe. But you know what? But then again, that was another element of time, because if we didn't understand that it was after 8 o'clock, we did something stupid. There was a lot of reasons to pay attention to the time. So it's a fun bit from him, and the frustration, that Dave Allen was expressing is very much a common thing with parents. And it was just fun but frustrating at the same time. It just makes me feel kind of sad that I never had my own kids, because I'm never going to get to teach my own kids something like this. I'm never going to get to be frustrated by it or nothing like that. It does make me really fucking sad. It really does. But other than that, man, I just try to be the little piece of furniture that these little kids need or whatever. Hopefully they don't wear out my springs and cushions or nothing like that. But a very funny bit, man. I like how he broke everything down, the crazy terms that he used, and the confusion that it created, the way that the grown-ups talk to you about it. Same thing with learning how to tie your shoes and all this other stuff. It's just great to know that you can look back and get a lot of laughs with stuff like this. It was a very funny bit. So if there's any other Dave Allen clips that are funny to you guys, please drop me some suggestions, because this guy really had me into this bit, because he brought back a lot of memories, man. Fun ones and bad ones at the same time, but nonetheless very funny. So yeah, very funny, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. Thank you one more time to Binky Buns for suggesting Dave Allen to me. I didn't know what I'd be in for. I searched his name a little bit and I came across this bit. It's one of the first bits that popped up. So teaching your kid time was something that was very intriguing to me to check out. And boy, it didn't disappoint, man. From the moment it started, it was just kind of like, yeah. And the things that kids will say. Because kids are very literal, just in general, but I was very extreme literal. I took it to the next level. It's just okay, what are you going to do? How you going to learn how to get up to go to school? Mama will wake me up, which is true. What if mom's? Then you'll wake me up, which is true. And then it's just everything else in between is just things you'd expect to hear from a kid, because sometimes kids live a kind of a way with their literal nature, the way adults should, and vice versa. It's just, but I always enjoyed learning new things, and if I couldn't learn it, then obviously I blame the teachers, because damn, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, how to get information into my head, what does that say about you? Or with some things I was just pretty damn stupid. But yeah, thank you one more time, Binky Buns, for the suggestion. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up one more time. Dave Allen with Teaching Your Kid Time. And if you like that reaction, please put on a like button for me one more time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? Yeah, kind of tripled up right there. I was in a kind of a mood, you know what I mean? Just learning how to tell time again. Some people say I take too much time making videos and talking. Well, you know what, man? Hey, it's my time. Get it? Yeah, I'm just talking shit now. All right, this is going to be Eddie B TV. Wrapping this one up one more again here. Another great week of stand-up and miscellaneous Monday clips in the books. And I was able to get to a couple newbies yesterday with Dustin Ibarra, and today with Dave Allen. And it was just fun, you know. Like every time I get to something new, and of course we started off a new special with Brad Williams, and it was just fun, man. I enjoy so much seeing new things and also learning something too at the same time. Just because I'm 37 years old don't mean I still ain't got no more learning to do. I got plenty of learning to do, and I ain't got no problem with that at all. So yes, it was a very good experience just now. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in one more time to this one, man. It was a good one, and I'm glad I was able to end the week off with something that was pretty damn funny. Sometimes I worry about if something's gonna be funny or not, especially if I pick Headliner Wonderful Friday to do something and it ain't nothing. But you know what? Hey, we've been pretty cool so far, and I'm glad we're keeping the same energy going. So like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. Music Saturday is up tomorrow, and hopefully you guys like what I got in store, man. I got a little bit of a reminiscing, you know, day in mind, and hopefully we have a fun time with it. So until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.